Kayako, the Grudge. Kayako isn't your standard ghost. She's an onryo, a vengeful spirit, born from a brutal murder in her Tokyo home. That murder created a curse that targets anyone who comes into contact with it. Not rumor, legit. The curse starts in the house, but it doesn't stop there. If you enter, it can follow you. Where you die, the curse can spread. Even talking to someone already cursed can pass it along. It's basically the horror version of catching a cold, except instead of sneezing, you just vanish into the afterlife. Her look is simple but nasty. Pale skin, long black hair hanging in her face, jerky broken movements, and that signature croak. Hear that sound, and your fight or flight instinct will instantly ghost you. There's no ritual to undo it, no puzzle to solve. You don't have to say her name, read a spell, or mess with a cursed object. You just have to step into the wrong house and boom, you're on the list. She doesn't run, she doesn't yell, she just appears, sometimes right behind you, like when someone's been standing at your desk watching you work and you didn't notice until now. Bottom line, Kayako is no way out horror. Once you're marked, it's game over, and she'll make sure you hear her coming. Art the Clown, Terrifier. Art is a silent killer, which somehow makes him louder than anyone else. No talking, no yelling, just a stare that says, "You first," and then it's already too late. He treats killing like a performance. It's not quick or clean, it's creative and deliberate. He doesn't just want you gone, he wants you wrecked. Same energy as someone who spends hours setting up dominoes just to watch them fall. Weapons? Anything within reach. Blades, blunt objects, random junk. If it hurts, it works. And he'll swap weapons mid-chaos just because it keeps him entertained. Motivation? None. No tragic backstory, no revenge plot. He's not pretending to be anything but a walking nightmare with a sense of humor. And he doesn't stay down. You can hit him, hurt him, think you've stopped him, and he'll still show up again like that ex you've been avoiding. You block them, move on, and somehow they're right there in your driveway. The mime act isn't just for show, it's control. He'll grin, bow, or act silly, then go dead still. You're left standing there waiting for the joke, and then it's already too late. Bottom line, art is chaos in a clown suit. Silence for soundtrack, blood for color, and the worst part, he's having fun. The Pale Man, Pan's Labyrinth. The Pale Man is a child-eating monster that lives in an underground lair. He's pale, skeletal, completely bald, and has his eyes in the palms of his hands. When he wants to see, he lifts them to his face, like the world's creepiest game of peekaboo. He doesn't attack right away, he waits. His lair is a setup, a long table piled with food, and one simple rule: don't touch it. Break that rule, and the Pale Man wakes up, and when he does, you've already lost. The room's walls are covered with paintings of him eating children. It's basically a big warning sign that says, don't test me. But the scariest part isn't even what's on the walls. It's how still he is until it's time to move. When he stands, it's slow and deliberate, like when your dog gets up in the middle of the night and you know they're about to do something bad. Except in this case, you're the one in trouble. The Pale Man doesn't speak, doesn't roar, and doesn't need to run. He's a predator that lets you walk into his trap and break the one rule and make yourself his next meal. The Babadook. The Babadook isn't hiding under your bed or waiting in the closet. He's already in your head. He shows up through a strange pop-up book, and once you read it, he's part of your life, whether you want him there or not. He doesn't scare you with big, violent attacks. He works slowly, wearing you down through fear, stress, and exhaustion. The worse you feel, the stronger he gets. It's like anxiety with a face, a hat, and a voice you really don't want to hear at night. There's no clear way to get rid of him. You can't just burn the book and move on. Even if you manage to stop him, he still hangs around, just not right in your face. He's the kind of monster you manage, not escape. Design-wise, he's tall, thin, and dressed like he just stepped out of a bad magic show. That top hat and coat might look silly for a second, until you realize he's not here to pull a rabbit out of anything. The Babadook works because he's not just a physical threat, he's a constant presence. You can shut the door, turn on the lights, and tell yourself it's over, but deep down, you know he's still there. Pennywise. It. Pennywise isn't just a clown. He's an ancient shape-shifting creature that's been haunting the town of Derry for centuries. Every 27 years he wakes up, feeds, and goes back into hiding. And by feeds, I mean he eats people, mostly kids. His real form isn't even the clown. That's just the bait. He can become whatever scares you most, twisting himself into your personal nightmare. If you're afraid of spiders, he's a spider. If you're afraid of clowns, well, bad news. Pennywise doesn't just attack. He plays with his victims first, taunting, teasing, and messing with their heads. The fear makes them taste better. It's like marinating his food before dinner. The clown look works because it's familiar but wrong. The costume, the makeup, the big smile, all of it feels safe for about half a second, until you notice the teeth. Way too many teeth. You can fight him, but it's not easy. He's part of Derry itself, tied to the town in a way that makes him almost impossible to destroy for good. At best, you make him retreat. At worst, you just made him mad. Bottom line, Pennywise isn't scary just because he's a clown. He's scary because he knows exactly what you fear, and he'll become it just to watch you break. The Thing. The Thing is a shape-shifting alien parasite that doesn't just kill you, it copies you down to the smallest detail. Your voice, your memories, your personality, everything. Once it's done, nobody can tell the difference, not even your closest friends. It spreads by infecting other living things, taking them over from the inside, and replacing them completely. The original is gone, and what's left is just the thing wearing their skin. It's like identity theft, but with way more tentacles. The fear comes from not knowing who's still human. The paranoia is the real weapon. It makes people turn on each other, suspecting everyone, which gives the thing even more chances to strike. Physically, it can look like anything. Sometimes it hides perfectly as a person. Other times it turns into a twisted mess of teeth, claws, and flesh, like your worst nightmare on Fast Forward. There's no negotiating with it. You either burn it, blow it up, or it keeps spreading. And if even a tiny piece survives, it can start over. That's what makes it so dangerous. You might think you've won, but you'll never really know. Bottom line, the thing is fear you can't see coming. It's not just in the room with you, it might be the person sitting next to you. Xenomorph. Alien. The Xenomorph is a perfect predator, built to hunt, kill, and survive in any environment. It's fast, strong, and smart enough to outthink you, but it's also completely driven by instinct. No mercy, no hesitation. Its life cycle is a horror story on its own. It starts as an egg, hatches into a facehugger, latches onto a host, and plants an embryo inside. That embryo grows into a chestburster, which does exactly what the name promises, before maturing into the full Xenomorph. The design is all nightmare fuel: a long, eyeless head, a mouth inside its mouth, and a tail that's just as deadly as its claws. The acid blood means you can't even hurt it without putting yourself in danger. One good hit and you're melting through the floor. It doesn't make a noise unless it's about to strike. No roar, no warning, just silence and then teeth. It hunts in tight spaces, moving through vents, walls, and shadows like it's part of the ship. Fighting one is bad enough. Fighting more than one? Forget it. They communicate, they adapt, and they're relentless. The second you think you've got them trapped, you're the one cornered. Bottom line, the Xenomorph is the ultimate "you're not getting out of here alive" monster. If it's after you, your best bet is to run. And even then, it's probably already in front of you. Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. Jason Voorhees is the silent slasher who turned Camp Crystal Lake into the worst summer destination on Earth. He's huge, masked, and unstoppable. The kind of guy you hear coming but still can't outrun. In the early days, Jason was just a relentless human killer. But as the series went on, he became something much worse. An undead force that feels no pain, never tires, and shrugs off injuries that would end anyone else. He's not sneaky in the traditional sense, but somehow he's always right behind you. You can sprint for minutes and he'll just walk, and still be there when you look over your shoulder. It's like being chased by bad luck in the human form. His weapon of choice is the machete, but he's not picky. Anything that can kill you will do the job. Jason's not about style points. He's about making sure you don't get back up. The hockey mask is his trademark. Once you see it, you know you're done. No speech, no warning, just a fast, brutal end. Bottom line, Jason isn't scary because of how he kills. He's scary because you can't stop him. You can hide. You can fight. You can run. But sooner or later, Jason always catches up. Still alive. Great. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know which monster scared you the most in the comments. Oh, and for the love of God, don't eat other people's food.